Okay, we're going to look at a thing called sigma notation. Uh, it's pretty important. They put it in every exam, and you just have to know what it means. This symbol right here is called a summation symbol. So it means to add up um, a number of terms. It's like a series, so it's a sum. And what the way it works is you start with this number that's on the bottom. Here it says n equals 3. And then you use consecutive integers. So you use 3, then you use 4, then you use 5, then you use 6, and then you finish with 9. Now, if n equals 1, you start with 1, you end with this number on the top. The number on the top is just how many terms are in this series, in the summation, in the sum. But if it starts with a number that's not equal to 1, you got to be careful. And what you do is you go the top number minus the bottom number and always add 1, and you'll always get the right answer. So n for this summation is 9 minus 3 plus 1. It's better than counting on your fingers, going like, well, there's 3 and there's 4 and there's 5 and there's 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's 7. You just have to go top minus bottom and add 1. That's how you figure out how many terms are in the sum. Okay, let's look at a question. If it doesn't start with 1 in the bottom. Okay, let's take a look. When it says this, it says evaluate. It means figure out this sum. Well, you're starting at 1 and ending at 7. There's 7 terms. N is equal to 7. All you do is put 1 in. 3 times 1 minus 1. Your first term is 2. Your second term, you put 2 in. 3 times 2 minus, it's 5. Your third term is 8. Well, 2, 5, 8. You can see it's an arithmetic progression with A equals 2. D equals 3. The common difference is 3. And we know there's 7 terms. Now, all you do is you go to your formula for finding the sum of an arithmetic series. You could use this one, n over 2, and then 2a plus n minus 1 times d. And instead of a, you put 2. Instead of n, you put 7. So you go 7 minus 1 is 6. Instead of d, you put 3. Well, there's 4, 2 times 2 plus 18, that's 22. 22 divided by 2 is 11, times 7 will give you 77. You could put this in your calculator, 2 times 2 plus 6 times 3, and multiply it by 7 over 2, and it'll give you 77. That's the sum of these 7 terms. And that's what this summation sign means for you to do. You could figure out the first term and then the last term and then add them together, but this is the better one there, I think. Let's look at a geometric series. 3 times 2 to the nth power. We're starting at 3. We're ending at 9. Well, 9 minus 3 is 6 plus 1. We've got 7 terms. The common ratio is 2 because you're multiplying by 2 to the third power, 2 to the fourth power, 2 to the fifth. You're multiplying by 2 more each time. So that's the common ratio. And your first term, let's put 3 as your first term. N equals 3 is the first one. 2 cubed is 8. 3 times 8 is 24. Since we're multiplying by 2, there's our things. 24, 48, 96. First term, 24. R equals 2. Hey, for geometric ones, it's whatever is being put to the power, that's your R. And N is 7. So we write out the formula. Instead of A, we put 24. Instead of R, we put 2. Instead of N, we put 7. Just put this in your calculator. Well, 2 minus 1 is 1. Just put this top thing in your calculator, and your calculator will tell you the sum of these 7 numbers. It's 3,048. Now, sometimes they're a little mean and they give you a question that is not an arithmetic progression, that is not a geometric progression, and you can't use the regular formula thing. Here's n equals 3 to 5. It's only a few terms. 2 cubed minus 1, well, that's 7. 2 to the fourth minus 1, you put in 4. That's 15. 2 to the fifth is 32. That's the last one we'll put in. Minus 1, it's 31. Well, 7, 15, 31. There isn't a common difference, and you could when you divide these, you don't get a common ratio. So if you want to find the sum, you're going to have to just add those up. Go 7 plus 15 plus 31, and you'll get your sum. Looks like it's 53. Okay, well, that's the notes. That's sigma notation. You just add up all these things. You start with this number, and then you go consecutive integers, 3, 4, 5. You end with that number. And if you want to figure out how many there are, you go this number minus this plus 1. Top minus bottom plus 1. Okay, that's it.